What's up guys, Gunzilla here, and today I'm bringing you some more news and information about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Got lots of stuff to talk about, but one of the very first things I want to show you guys is 9 new screenshot images that appeared through Edge magazine. Now, all these images are just very, very beautiful. They just kind of show off the graphic fidelity for Advanced Warfare and what they're able to do with these next generation consoles. It shows from, exoskeleton suits. We see, another angle from Gideon, one of the main protagonists. We also see another side of the big juggernaut kind of looking exoskeleton suit. And then we got the hovercraft bikes going on. So a lot of pictures and a lot of really just showing off all the dynamic gameplay. And it's just really high definition pictures. Really do speak 1,000 words, and it really makes you excited for seeing some gameplay. So speaking of gameplay should be arriving really soon because of E3. Yes, so if you guys don't know what E3 is, it's a big conference held every year in LA where they announce and show off new games. And every year about this time is where we see the first actual gameplay of the new Call of Duty. Now, it'll probably be single player being shown off for Advanced Warfare, probably like the first mission or whatever one mission they want to choose. And then that's really where it kind of just takes off from there. And then just leap and bound as far as information just start to flow in after E3. They're not as secretive and not trying to hold their mouth shut as much. They're going to talk more and more about the game as months progress, obviously, and eventually we'll see some multiplayer. But anyway, E3 takes place June the 10th through the 12th, so if you guys want to watch it, I'm definitely going to be tuning in and looking for information and looking for some Advanced Warfare gameplay. I know there will be gameplay, that's the main part why I'm excited. But also, E3 is much bigger than just Call of Duty. It's all these games, a lot of the big titles hopefully will be returning with sequels, as well, some new games for the next generation console. So there's a lot to really be keeping an eye out for during the E3 press conference. So I actually got some more information pertaining to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yes, it's not over yet. We got a lot and lots of information to cover, so make sure you guys are staying out through the entire duration of this video to make sure you're keeping up with your latest Advanced Warfare news. So Mike O'Condry, the studio head from Sledgehammer, he was asked about what do they really mean by when they say new engine. Obviously we know Infinity Ward called their engine for Call of Duty Ghost a new engine, even though it's technically not. It's just a few improvements and then they slapped a new engine name on it. But he said this really is a new engine. They basically built it up from scratch. Now obviously they have kept some stuff the same, the stuff that didn't need to be changed, but for the most part they completely revamped it, which is really good. That's what we want. We want a new engine because that means new experiences and a different kind of playing style, but at the same time you still want it to feel like Call of Duty. And so if what he said is true, this is the closest engine that has ever been made from scratch. And I do think, I think it's going to be true because I feel like Sledgehammer has put so much time and effort since they had 3 years. It wouldn't make sense that they would build their engine almost from scratch because they had that extra time, like Infinity Ward didn't and Treyarch in the past didn't on that 2-year cycle. It really didn't leave them much room to do some of the bigger stuff. So expect a lot of great features to come from this, and now that they can be implemented in the fact of that there's a different engine and a new engine implemented into the Call of Duty. Now, will it be carried over from Sledgehammer games to Infinity Ward games to Treyarch games? Who knows? But my guess is, I think each developer is going to have their own version of the Call of Duty engine. And we'll still have to stay tuned and see what Treyarch is doing, but that probably won't be for another year. So that's just way too far in the future, as likewise we have Advanced Warfare right now, the here and now, and that's really what we're focusing on. So yeah, the new engine is definitely going to bring lots of great stuff to Call of Duty. Now, one last bit of information about Infinity War. One last bit of info about Advanced Warfare before we enter E3 is that we know who's going to be making and developing the 360 and PS3 versions of Advanced Warfare. High Moon Studios. They are going to be the main developers really doing it for Advanced Warfare. Now, they will be developing it for current gen consoles, so this means Sledgehammer Games can now have more time to develop the game for next generation consoles. In turn, a better game can be made if they're solely focused on certain platforms and not having to worry about as much as porting it to current gen. Now, obviously, they have to keep everything in mind because they don't want to develop 2 different versions of the game. And so that's what their main emphasis is going to be about. Obviously Sledgehammer and High Moon Studios are going to be conversating back and forth, making sure that the same game is basically put out to both audiences, the current gen audience, the 360 and PS3, and also the PS4 and Xbox One audiences as well. They want to make sure that it's equal and not one is really greater than the other besides the graphical and some other small details with the next generation consoles. Obviously it's going to have that much more It's going to be better experience probably on the next gen, but still they want to make sure that regardless what console that you have, it is still enjoyable for all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This wraps it up for the Advanced Warfare news and information in this video. But you know, don't worry, we're definitely going to be having lots of news and stuff within the coming days as E3 arrives, and I'll be covering all the Advanced Warfare news and information that comes from E3, so stay tuned for that as well. So I'll see you guys in future Call of Duty videos.